Peace. Happy now. Now is a vibrate, of course. Not going too far in the future. Not going too far in the past. Right now. Right now, I want to speak to the full moon in Virgo coming on March 1st. Matter of fact, I got a few little bullet points for y'all. I had to put down some stuff on the tablet right quick. But just to make sure I hit certain key little points. But so the full moon in Virgo, of course, and that full moon, you know, that terminology lunatic, you know what I'm saying? That them emotions just rise up. You know, not too much logic dealing with the emotions, just emotions, you know. Like excuse me. You know, it's so again, whatever planet, you know, you're dealing with the full moon is gonna be that energy focus in the area of emotions in essence too, you know, so always keep that in mind. But this energy is gonna have a lot of Neptune energy in it, so it's gonna be like a lot of dreamy, you know, that watery energy. Matter of fact, and Neptune deals with spirituality and creativity. It's gonna be influencing us to take that extra step with our spiritual growth, you know, to raise the ceiling on it, which there's no ceiling on it, you know, only the one we put there as far as like whenever we stop at a certain point. So with that being said, you wanna get more, you know, there's things that you could do better. Say for instance, you could meditate a little more, or read a little more, deal with crystals a little more, you know, whatever. It's some little thing dealing with spirituality, you know, that you could do a little better, and you know that you could do a little better in that area, you know. So it's picking up on things like that, you know. Matter of fact, creating which I did a video about that, like newer affirmations and mantras, you know, because we're growing, you know, we've been constantly growing. The affirmation that worked for me last year, you know, some of them not working for me right now, in the essence of like I'm in a different place, you know. At one time it was probably far-fetched to say I am a millionaire. Now, you know, and I say, you know, I'm grateful for the $1,002,057.30 in my Chase bank account. You know, it doesn't feel for me. Matter of fact, I smile and feel happy because now that feels like more of something that could, you know, really manifest quick. And I know y'all wondering, like, wait, why that specific price? Because, and it's another thing too, like I went to do my vision board. So I thought to, like, of course, get pictures of money, but I also thought of like pictures of like little receipts from like banking. So like somebody withdrawing like $1 million or something like that, you know, that all goes into it, you know what I'm saying? But so I got like a Chase receipt, you know, where it's a withdrawal of $1,002,057.30. So I always say that. And two, remember how I spoke on the video with having goals, like the boat that has a destination instead of just floating in the water, you know. I'm giving myself that destination of like, bro, I got that in my bank account, you know what I'm saying? Or like, I have the $1,000 PayPal donation, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta envision it, you know, so a lot of that goes into it. So again, you know, with affirmations and visualizations, you know, you may have to tweak, so to speak, and tune up some of the affirmations and certain things that we're doing spiritually, and just, you know, take that extra step. And also Neptune energy, you know, it's kind of like that Pisces energy, that dreamy energy. As a matter of fact, that moon emotional energy, you know, dreamy and emotional, you gotta be careful, but it is the time to dream big, you know, like I'm pretty sure a lot of you seeing a lot of synchronicities where Source trying to, you know, Source is starting to show you more and more, you know, like, hey, what you focus on and think about, speak on, grow, and, you know, look at it within your day, you know. So you're seeing a synchronicity, so you should start to know more and more that, you know, dream big. Only you could put limits on your own dreaming, you know. We've been taught to put ceilings and to think you could only do so much, man, it's possible to do whatever you could perceive yourself to be able to do. You know, and that's the whole little thing of keeping you down, is anything that tries to keep your perception, the mind frame of a logical place of dealing with, like, so say for instance, if anything tries to make things logical about what you can attain and what you could, you know, now there's an asterisk by that, of course, with, say for instance, affirmations and stuff like that. Like, well, you don't sit down and don't have no aspirations to do nothing and say I'm a billionaire. You know, that don't go together. You know, you gotta kind of feel it to a certain extent. But oh dang, I forgot where I was going with that. But anyway, I'm gonna just go back to dreaming big and see if I find my place with that. But again, dreaming big, but keeping in mind, you know, to not go over the ledge with it, you know what I'm saying? To keep that dreamy vibration, you know. Oh, again, having ceilings on you. I know it's gonna come back. You know, with what you perceive, you know, that's as far as your dream goes, as far as the ceiling on your perception of your subconscious. That's why so many people put that programming on your subconscious. So that's what I was talking about with too much logic in your dreaming and too much practicality. Like, of course, you want to add a little bit of practicalness into your dreams, but you also want to shoot for the, you know, not for, you want to shoot past everything, you know what I'm saying? You want to shoot for the center of the galaxy. You want to shoot way out there, you know what I'm saying? And just have a practical, logical approach about it to a certain extent, you know, or whatever feels right, you know, from the heart, you know, as far as like going with the approach. But, you know, it's, you know, if you really want, if you fucking, excuse my language, if you 50 years old, 60, you have aspirations of being like a hit singer or something, where you feel like society tell you like, oh yeah, it's too late and this and that. No, that's your friends or whatever who may be 60, 70, and 80, you know, as well, who, you know, for obvious reasons, you know, probably like, oh, I done gave up, I'm ready for a retirement home, I'm ready to do this, I'm ready to do that. That's their aspirations being dead, not yours, you know. Stop listening to all that noise too, because that's another thing we're moving towards. But so we want to dream, you know, big, and dealing with a lot of the planets and certain energies that's going into this full moon is more just earthy and watery energies. So it's going to be encouraging that dreamy vibration while still blending with that grounding practicality, you know, of manifestation, you know, because, you know, you can have the big dream, but you also got to have some sort of practical vision of, you know, grounding it in the physical, you know what I'm saying? Like I could dream of rivers of chocolate syrup and you know, and all kind of, and grass made out of sage, I don't know, you know, just whatever. But, you know, something gotta happen to kind of bring it into, you know, physical manifestation. So even if it may be hard or seem hard to attain on a physical level, go to who you may need to see on a physical level to attain that. So say for instance, if I don't know nobody like a river of chocolate, then I'm gonna still at least go to try to find a fairy or some type of sage or somebody, a person who could do some type of magic that can make that happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still some type of, you know, practicality of movement and physical action going with that dreamy nature. So don't forget that, you know, it's grounding that dreamy nature. Matter of fact, that's why, you know, right now, I got the strawberry quartz and the labradorite, and it's all with like wood and onyx and, you know, lava stones. So it's grounding that intuition, you know. So having those dreams, having those you know, highly intuitive thoughts and visions, because again, Neptune energy dealing with the spirituality and creativity, you know, being creative, having creative vision, you know, but while still grounding it, you know, where I'm just not floating like, oh yeah, I could, you know, like, oh yeah, I could do this and that, and I'm gonna make sure this and that, you know, I'm gonna work towards making that happen. You know? Of course, also we're gonna be becoming, you know, this is one of the constant themes, because again we're moving into a more feminine vibration energetically, you know. So being more intuitive, you know, trusting that flow of source, you know, less control. The reason why a dog is man's best friend is because it could be controlled. The masculine energy, the ego energy, just want to control, control, control. That's why it feel like you're having a meltdown on a psychedelic or something like that. If you trying to think or wonder what's going on or analyze the situation, it's because you know, source is letting you know, like, nah, this is more of a feminine thing. Like all that ego and that trying to control shit, it ain't, you don't control nothing, you know what I'm saying? And that's the whole aspect of what the government and, you know, that the white supremacist male aspect, you know, of promoting that ego aspect, material aspect, is just, you know, taking you away from that intuitive nature, you know. Like, that's why they create guns and stuff like that, because they know that if they take your subconscious away from knowing that you got chi energy that could come out of your hand and that you could shoot a Kamehameha wave, you know, basically, you know, they hand you a gun to take you away from your powers, you know what I'm saying? That's why that gun talk situation is so much of a chess game, and, you know, a situation that's just not no black and white situation, you know. Some people, because of the way their subconscious work and perception work, may quote unquote need a gun, you know, to that extent. You know, a lot of us that know better, we're working on our metaphysical abilities, because we know they're trying to lock us in the matrix by handing us those physical weapons. And I heard something about the Black Panther kind of made a joke about that, where she was like, look at them with their primitive made weapons, you know what I'm saying? Like, giving you little, sprinkling you with a little game, you know, in that movie, you know, with that as well. So, you know, again, becoming more intuitive, you know what I'm saying? Put that phone down. You don't always need Google Maps. You know, you got Google Maps right here and here, you know what I'm saying? Google Maps is within you and around you, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta tap into it. So definitely dealing with that. Again, being aware of how strong the dreamy energy is gonna be. So just be careful. Just always do like a little gut check of, you know, like making sure you're not dreaming like over the top and not grounding yourself with your dream, you know what I'm saying? Making sure you're just not over the top with it in a non-practical way, because again, you want to go for the most extreme, you know, dream big, you know what I'm saying, but also just bring it into a, you know, a practical place, so you could, you know, move on it and have that goal, so that inspired impulses could hit you to, you know, to bring you to the places you need to move, and, you know, to inspire you to do what you got to do. So basically, don't get lost in the sauce of your dreams, man. Don't get lost in the sauce. You know, stay a little grounded. And the Virgo energy gonna deal with a lot of nurturing and nourishing energy, you know what I'm saying? Making sure you're taking care of yourself. So that's one of the themes. So making sure you're taking care of yourself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Making sure, you know, the health in these areas are up to par, you know what I'm saying? If you're seeing the 333 angelic numbers, you know, whether it's, you know, a clock, a receipt got 333, wherever you're seeing 333, that's it's one of two things. Either it's a reminder, it's dealing with balancing the mind, body, and soul, and it's either letting you know that you need to, you know, start balancing the mind, body, and soul more, or it's letting you know, like, hey, you've been on point, you've been on track with it, you know what I'm saying? And you'll know which one. That's how intuition works. Peep this out. When you see the 333, right then and there, ask yourself, you, like, not even say ask yourself, but when you see the 333, you immediately know, like, all right, it's because I've been on point with things, or it'll be because, oh no, I've been lacking in this area. You're gonna know right then and there, showing you how your intuition works, and how you don't need all this, like, you don't need a bunch of people, you know, on you. Like, we are here for extra guidance into, you know, and to share our experiences, because we do iron sharpen iron, we do learn from each other, but it's your own inner guidance that could give you the answers to everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you ask your inner guidance, once you start learning, to open up the mind and, again, quiet the mind, meditation, you know, you learn these different things. You learn how to just like, hey, how does the root chakra work? And bam, you could get that information, Because I've been working on focusing, trying to get focus answers more myself. Like, instead of just I'm just doing stuff in the course of my day and I just get random, like I might, I'm bullcorning about myself. I might get an equation to make rocket fuel out of the blue while I'm talking to my mom on the phone or some shit. Like it, could cognizance a hit like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'd be doing anything and it'll be a thought about something. Sometimes it could be in the area of something what you're doing or looking at or whatever, but sometimes it could just be way out of quote unquote left field. But again, definitely dealing with nurturing yourself, nourishing yourself, and again, that has to do, nurturing and nourishment, root chakra, taking care of yourself. Is the shelter right? I'm manifesting that shelter right now, but definitely the food, the hygiene, things up to par. Make sure you're taking care of yourself spiritually. Your auric field deals with your physical health. If a certain chakra is off balance, that could cause off balance in your body. Because matter of fact, brought up certain crystals to deal with, because the chrysocolla deals with the high heart chakra. The high heart chakra deals with the thyroid gland and the T cells. So, chrysocolla be good for the health and for the nurturing and nourishing energy just in general, because it kind of has that divine feminine energy as well. I also thought about the nurturing, nourishing energy of ruby. As far as like having that passionate energy, but also kind of bringing that root chakra energy as well, like that vitality to making sure you nurture and nourish yourself as well. Having the energy to make sure you do that, because if you don't have the energy to nurture and nourish yourself, then that's where the depression and the stress keeps you away from taking care of yourself, because you're like, oh man, I don't feel like it. And, I could do that, another time. Like, it takes away that drive, takes away that vitality, so ruby definitely good for working with this full moon in Virgo for the nurturing and nourishing energies. Moss agate definitely good for that nurturing, nourishing energy. Also brings about abundance and prosperity, good for that as well, because we're living in this physical matrix, and paper money happens to be the form of energetic currency that we're using. So, moss agate will help to bring that abundance up, so you could make sure you're nourishing and nurturing yourself. Emerald as well. Emerald is good, great for the heart chakra, carries that higher green ray of light. So it's definitely going to connect with taking care of yourself and loving yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because in order to nurture and nourish, say for instance others, you got to nurture and nourish yourself first, you know what I'm saying? How could somebody not nurturing and nourishing themselves, nurture and nourish somebody else? Like it's a little African proverb that I've been bringing up lately after I saw in the book, where it's like, don't accept the shirt from somebody who's shirtless, you know what I'm saying? So in other words, how could you get love from somebody that don't love this self, you know what I'm saying? Or in this case, nurturing and nourishment from somebody who ain't nurturing and nourishing themselves. And I keep it real, there's an asterisk to that to a certain extent. There's no black and white with all of this, because say for instance, just to be in the reality of the situation, on a small scale though, like you could get like what somebody who may not be taking care of themselves may give you, say for instance a crystal, like being nice, and may say, here, this crystal, where hey, they not seem like they're not nurturing and nourishing themselves, but they just gave me this crystal, you know what I'm saying? You can get some type of help from somebody that may not quote unquote seem like they're in a position to do so, but you know what I'm saying, on a grander scale, that's another thing too, realizing that everything just not like, all right, bam, black and white, this is how it is. It's either like this or it's all the way like that, and there's no in between. Like, nah, there's little in between places of a lot of things, you know. But rose quartz, definitely with that nurturing and nourishing energy of a mother. You know, I got a video about holding rose quartz, feel like holding your mama in your hand, you know. So you definitely want to deal with that. And also bringing in that divine feminine energy with that nurturing and nourishing energy. And Virgo, you know, represented by a woman. The rainbow moonstone will be a great crystal. You know, it helps deal with that divine feminine energy, helps deal with that going with the flow in a more intuitive, divine feminine manner, you know what I'm saying? Also, Larimar for the divine feminine energy and intuitive energy, but also with Larimar deals with the higher heart also, and with deal with the T cells, you know, with that chakra in that area as well. So keep that in mind. But rainbow moonstone definitely be a great. Matter of fact, I just showed you I got the Labradorite and rainbow moonstone. They like relatives, you know. They both feldspars, you know, which is the bigger hierarchy of family they come from. But yeah, rainbow moonstone good for helping the females deal with their you know, the PMS energies, you know what I'm saying, whatever energies that may come with that, you know, it'll help to heal that physically, emotionally, and spiritually, you know. So rainbow moonstone, matter of fact, probably, I bet you a rainbow moonstone yoni egg would probably be amazing for the females. And also rainbow moonstone, but I also got, like, in little parentheses, carnelian, because don't forget the sacral chakra, the symbol for the sacral chakra is a little crescent. You know, it's like the moon energy, that emotional center, the moon dealing with emotions. And carnelian also deals with the feminine energies, you know what I'm saying? But definitely good for dealing with emotions and grounding in essence too, because carnelian is red because of the iron in it, and that iron provides a grounding energy as well. So that's definitely some good crystals to use in the time, you know. And just ending off, removing yourself from people, places, or things that are draining you. You know, you don't have to deal with anything or anyone that you don't want to. Like newsflash, you know, all that. Matter of fact, again, creating that dysfunctional, something as simple as them creating, so say for instance in the school system where they create, they make things dysfunctional and keep it that way in a manner to create a dysfunctional environment that people could consider normal. You know what I'm saying? So it's normal for my cousin to be on Ritalin, or it's normal for my cousin to be born with more than one limb, or it's normal for my cousin to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like all these different things that they create, you know, as far as like embracing dysfunctional vibrations. But what I want to say is, like, yeah, the social construct, like, was like almost like you feel like you have to deal with somebody who's that's not beneficial to you or your vibration. It's like, oh, well, no, to be nice to everybody, you just gotta sit around and everybody, and even if they're not helping you, or even if they bring you down, it's just nice to not tell them. Like, no, we moving away from that bullshit ass social construct. We being more authentic, you know what I'm saying, for our sakes, and, you know, for others, you know what I'm saying, being true to our vibration. So again, we're removing ourselves from people, places, or things that are draining of our energy. You know, why hold ourselves to that vibration? You know, it doesn't make sense. You know, like I tell people, the only thing in life that I felt like I had to do in life was listen to my parents. And, you know, newsflash for myself, you know, I've been past that part. So who do I have to listen to other than my higher self at this point? You know what I'm saying? Because even down to getting guidance from an elders or a master teacher, that's just guidance and stuff that's there for you. The true master teachers within all of us. You know what I'm saying? It's not me. It's not nobody else doing videos. You know, the master teachers within ourselves. So that's another thing too. You know. So again, you know, why do it to ourselves? You know. And these energies, you know, these full moons and all these planetary energies is helping us. You know, it's beneficial energies moving us toward the direction of cleansing ourselves and getting closer to our soul purpose. But again, this world too, that thin line of like participating in pop culture, you know, and having fun, but still, you know, paying attention to what you got to get done, because, you know, they gonna put all these things on TV, you know, oh, Donald Trump said this today. Matter of fact, and pay attention. Whenever they have like some old stupid ass news thing in the news, or it's like All-Star Week, because I even look at the omens of All-Star Week. I just, because I don't watch, you know, ESPN or none of that like that all the time. I just catch it when I catch it. So I didn't realize that this was a new All-Star game where they didn't even do East versus West. And then I caught the omens as I'm watching it, like, straight up, I don't care if people are going to think, oh, they did this because of that. They did it. That was straight up to up the ante on grabbing y'all reptilian ass brain and saying, all right, we got to switch it up some kind of way to, because these energies is coming, you know, the neuromelanin people is waking up, you know what I'm saying? And we got to just throw some foolish, we got to do something to grab. So, you know, who's the most popular? Oh, LeBron and Stephen Curry. All right, we're going to let them pick teams. Everybody going to find that interesting. You know, pop culture, you know, trying to pull everybody in and stop y'all from focusing on getting your chakras right and doing all that. They give you some gimmick-ass all-star game to pull you in and have you watching it. So the whole gimmick behind that was to take you away from your spiritual focus, point blank period, you know. No matter what nobody else tell you. That's another thing I'm moving towards for myself, is when I catch readings, I'm starting to catch readings where it's a reading where it's like, well, my inner source telling me, man, don't let nobody override this information. Like, I'm like, word, I'm not letting nobody. Because another thing too, you know, again, how I just spoke to the master teachers and the elders, you know, don't get it twisted, man. Definitely respect and pay homage to the master teachers, and they got a lot of knowledge beforehand and help, you know, teach us so much, you know what I'm saying, as well. But don't forget that, you know, that we could write books and put down new knowledge, you know, in different things, just like anybody else in history or, you know, in certain other times. So don't get too caught up in learning from somebody as much as you should be, you know, learning to get these type of answers and do these things on your own. Learn how to build yourself up so you could become, you know, your own quote-unquote master teacher in that sense, you know what I'm saying? So that's another thing that's important as well. And for sure, getting away from the dogmatisms of, you know, of spirituality. What's funny is, you know, we call ourselves getting away from Christianity, getting away from these religions. You know, even myself, like, I'm like, I won't call myself a Rasta. You know, I'm just, you know, Rasta was a part of my, you know, my walk, but I don't label myself nothing. But even in not labeling ourselves with certain things, we still fall into some type of dogmatic approaches to our spirituality, where I just had to catch myself with the omens with meditation, where it's like I caught the omens where I don't have to do it every morning. Like, that was me being a little too dogmatic about it. It was like, all right, I have to set this marker, you know, almost like going to church. I have to go to church Sunday, I have to meditate. It's all the same parallels. It's just dogmatisms and just different, you know, walks of spirituality, you know. And that's the thing of realizing that and getting away from the dogmatism, because the true spiritual thing is realizing that we are vibrations on a human experience. You know, you're not a black person, you're not an African American, you're not white, you're not Caucasian, you're not Indian, you're not Native American, you're not Brazilian, you're not Mexican, you're not fucking none of that. As a matter of fact, and if you was, you the human race. You know, it ain't no different little races. It's the human race that just trickles down from the darkest melanated being. But even the darkest melanated being is not a race, you know, in essence. But anyway, you know, again, we're not these things. We are a vibration in a matrix experiencing things. And there's people who there's even people who seem like they're on your side, that are promoting things that are gonna lock you in this matrix. And I'm not pointing any fingers, because I don't do that. I'm gonna just say it like that. And you know, if it's meant for you to catch the omens to wake up and get away from, you know, certain people, places, or things, then you'll catch it. But you know, again, and say for instance, when I do these things, or I talk on things that may seem like it's bringing you into the matrix, like I speak in it, I speak for myself and speak on my own growth. I'm at this point where I always understand that I'm in a matrix, and I'm a vibration on a human experience. So say for instance, when I make a post about like every nigga is a star and things of this nature, like I know I'm not just no black person, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just, you know, I'm in the game, in the matrix. You know, in this matrix, the game that's at hand is that, you know, the melanated beings within this matrix, you know, the beings that we call melanated are being oppressed. So, you know, the name of the game right now is stopping these melanated people, or, you know, helping that situation, you know, because, and not just saying helping that, but it's the people who are oppressing those people, and they're oppressing everybody in general. So, you know, and again, too, is the melanin within the neuromelanin, so it, you know, people that may not visibly have it, you know, is still carrying that vibration as well. So, you know, but just vibrations in a human bodysuit, man. Don't forget, you know, it's cool to get an economic plan for the black community and all of that good stuff, but don't forget what you truly are, or your heart is gonna weigh heavier than that feather, and you're gonna be like, hold on, God, wait, I was just being black because, you know, everybody around me was down, and I was just trying to be cool and this and that. It's like, nah, you gave into the matrix instead of being one with source, you know. I've been giving you signs and omens of how things work, and you still want to be a human. So, you know, you get what you get, you know what I'm saying? But I digress. Full moon in Virgo. You know, definitely a lot of watery energy and dreaming, you know, dream big, man. Reach past the stars, you know, but also stay grounded. Peace. Happy now. Now's the vibrate, of course. Not going too far in the future. Not going too far in the past. Right now. Peace.